Hey guys, so I had to shoot this video to touch on something that I was kind of working on in the background. For some reason, I was motivated yesterday to touch on an aspect of the project for ROVer that was a little daunting to kind of reapproach. So you might have noticed that the Arduino MEGA board is actually an ADK board. So if you're not familiar with that, it's a version of the board that's compatible with Android devices. Basically, you can connect the board to an Android device and they can communicate back and forth with one another via an app. And by app, I mean a custom app. So you'd have to code an app to communicate with the board and vice versa. So that's a really daunting thing for me since I've never done that. I've never coded any app for iOS or Android or anything until this project. So I actually tackled that a couple years back when I was working on ROVer. And I managed to get some sensors working and communication working and all that sort of thing. Lo and behold, when yesterday I kind of got re-inspired to try it, the app was still on my old Android tablet. However, I had switched computers. I had upgraded computers in the meantime. And I did, of course, save all my work, but unfortunately, Google went and changed their programming setup to a completely different platform. Back when I had built that app, it was in a beta version of their Android Studio, which is now in full release. And on top of that, they changed the way in which that Studio software even works. So basically, when you open it up, it kind of prompts you with a quote-unquote suggestion to migrate your project from the old to the new. And of course, there's no point-and-click way to do it. I messed around with trying to get it to work, and it kind of partially worked and not really worked and that sort of thing. So I kind of bit the bullet and tried to start from scratch and copy and paste stuff from the old app software code to the new platform, and success. So let me show you a bit. So I'm not really going to dive into the app software stuff, at least not for now. If you guys have questions, then I'll try to answer, but I'm definitely no expert on this stuff. Just playing around with the new software and getting the old code in there is kind of cool. It's definitely been nice to have this kind of preview stuff, the ability to see kind of the GUI, so to speak, as you're doing stuff. Definitely helps me figure out kind of what's what. But let me show you kind of what the end result is on the tablet, and maybe that'll kind of spark some other questions with you guys. So there you go. This is super rough and unpolished, but this is a little kind of animation that I created as kind of the quote-unquote face of ROVer. I just love the minion character, so I kind of put together a bunch of images to kind of create some animation that I think would be really fun if he was roving around and had some personality. So basically, kind of the initial draft of the app is to have this animation running, but basically by touching the screen, it hides the animation and then would reveal some activities, functions, readouts, that sort of thing that could help me along the way. So just to get started, I have 3 different things going on here. I've got the gyro readout, I've got a timer, and I've got a GPS readout. So I guess you guys know where I'm at now with the GPS coordinates there. And here you'll see that as I move the tablet around, the values there change. So that will actually help kind of with the navigation of ROVer to figure out not only where he is via the coordinates, but also how he's oriented on land and while traveling. And then finally, as you can see, after a timeout, hence the timer, the animation resumes. So the top bar there with the name of the activity is just temporary, and this icon is just part of the default stuff in the studio software that I used. But yeah, so that's kind of the original idea, and I'm just really happy to see that I could get it to work again on the new studio software. So it at least gives me a jumping off point, and it'll be fun to get it mounted and like I said, to kind of give ROVer a bit of personality. But the idea for this, of course, is that the Android tablet can function as the kind of quote-unquote brain for ROVer. So rather than trying to program the Arduino boards to handle all the computing, I could actually have the Arduino boards reporting whatever it is that I need them to report via the sensors, etc., back to the Android tablet, and then the Android tablet, the app, would actually process that input and then do whatever it is that I wanted to do, and then communicate back to the ROVer what to do next. So that's the idea, that's the theory. So yeah, let me know what you think. Cheers.